let's not waste any time. The whole reason why you guys are here, it's not because of me. But it's for the guy that flew all the way from who knows where. I don't know if he's in, every time I text him, I don't know if he's in New York, Vegas, LA, Montreal. Let's just be happy that he's in Toronto right now. I still consider him the UFC welterweight champ of the world. Ladies and gentlemen, George St-Pierre. So as we were saying in the back there, this is a gentleman's expo, George, so you and I have to behave ourselves tonight. This is not you and I.
Exactly.
Give it up, man. George St-Pierre's in the house. So you've been out of the spotlight for a while, sort of coming in, coming out. What's the latest with you? What's going on?
Well, now my knee, I was in rehab for my knee. Now I just started training again. I was always training, but more like fitness, musculation. That's why I got more muscle mass. But now I can get back to fighting training, like wrestling, boxing, jiu-jitsu.
I heard an interview that you did with Chael Sonnen talking about the muscle mass in particular. You and I have talked about the career of Roy Jones Jr. when it was dangerous for him to go up and down in weight. Do you feel different with all this weight on you? Is it harder to train, or is the speed still there? Do you have more power? How's it feeling?
Yeah, I have definitely a lot more power now. I feel it when I hit pad. People says to me like I hit much harder right now, and I correct a lot of movement pattern that I used to do wrong, and now I correct it. You know, so in order to correct it, sometimes you need to take a time off. You know, you stop and kind of when you do it again, it's like a new start. So it feels very good for me, but I don't have any problem because it's easier to put weight than to losing weight, I believe.
In terms of getting back there, I was actually going back and forth with Faraz, just shooting the breeze or whatever. But again, talking about you, I said, how is George looking? And he put a smiley face, which means a few things to me when it comes to you. So then I asked you the same question, and the response you kind of gave me was, I'm getting back into it slowly. Do you feel like a white belt again?
Not like a white belt. The first week back, the first day back, like for example in jiu-jitsu, the first week when I first rolled, it was a very humbling experience. Like my technique is there, but it's like my reflex. I'm always a second late, and I'm using way too much energy to do the work that I want to do. So I lost my efficiency. But now it's been, I would say, 3-4 weeks now that I'm back. It starts to look pretty good now. It's 15. It'll feel like it never happened before, so it will feel good.
In terms of getting back into training, the one thing that you've always talked about, there's no reason to come, in my opinion, and I'm pretty sure 99.9% of the people will disagree with me, I don't want to see you come back fighting, but that's up to you. If you get that itch, would you come back and fight?
It's the reason why I stopped. It's a mix of things. It's only one reason why. And getting back the itch, it's one of the reasons that would make me come back, but it's not the only reason. There's a lot of other reasons. But of course, taking a time off will probably make me wanna feel that competitive feeling again that I didn't have for a long time. I don't know. The question is, I don't know. Right now, I don't feel like I want to come back right now, but I feel like I'm having a lot more fun than I used to, and the hitch keep growing and growing. So we'll see. If I find my hunger back and all stars are aligned and it's done like I want it to be done, why not? But we'll see. It's too early to say right now.
In terms of the UFC welterweight division right now, Johnny Hendricks, the last guy you competed against, the last guy on a record that you defeated, is the champion. He's taken on Robbie Lawler yet again. What do you see in that fight? Who do you think emerges victorious?
Their last fight were very, very close. I gave it to Hendricks. You know, a lot of guys give it to Lawler, but I gave it to Hendricks. I scored the same as the judges scored it. But it seems to me like Johnny didn't have the same explosiveness that he normally has when he fought me, Kaufman, Condit. He didn't have that that same power. I don't know why. Maybe because of his bicep. He says he tore his bicep. Could be a factor, but he really didn't look the same. So I believe if Johnny Hendricks came back and fight the same, he came back the same as he was when he fought Lawler would beat him this time. But if he came back with the same explosiveness he had before, I believe he's gonna win. You know, but it's still hard to predict. But I believe if Johnny came back at his best, I believe he's gonna win the fight against Robbie Lawler.
And of course, there is talk of Rory McDonald getting that title shot. He takes on the winner, with the event likely happening in Montreal. Are you happy for Rory?
Very happy for Rory. I wish him the best. And in 2015, my knee will feel better, and I'll be there for helping him in his quest for becoming world champion. You know, I wish him the best, and I'll do everything I can to help him out. And he's got the skills and the mentality, the work ethic, determination to become a great champion. You know. The thing people need to understand is a lot of these guys, they got caught with the old system, so that shows that it's only the tip of the tip of the iceberg, you know, so to speak. If they start doing random testing with an independent and competent organization, that would change a lot of things in the sport, and that's what I want. But in the same thing, it could make the sport look bad, but I think it's only a question of time, you know, and it will happen. If you want the sport to keep growing, it will happen. It's not if, it's a when. It will happen. I just hope it will happen while I'm still in shape and I can compete, you know.
So I think you mentioned something specific, and I think it's what mixed martial arts needs right now. There's so many guys apparently taking all these drugs. We may be going through a period of time where we're going to get rid of these guys. They're going to get caught. They're going to get 9-month suspension, 12-month suspension, or like in the case of Vanderlei Silva, if you run away from a test, you're gone for life. Do you think that's what mixed martial arts needs right now, including, you know, independent testing, random testing, carbon isotope testing, or carbon isotope ratio testing? You think that's what we need, and then get rid of these guys that are doing it and bring all the clean fighters up?
The thing in the sport, the technology to use drug will all have an edge on the technology that are testing the drug. That's how it is in the Olympic. But if you do random testing, it will make it harder. And in a sport of mixed martial art, we have a big problem with testosterone drug, synthetic drug, EPO, growth hormone also. A lot of guys use that for recuperation. It's a big problem in the sport, you know. And you cannot cut everybody, you know, but at least if you make random testing, everybody will be on their guard. They won't take it as much, so it will not make as much of a difference. You know what I mean?
How much of that do you think is incumbent on like the Ultimate Fighting Championship or the commissions to make it more affordable to get these drug tests done? Because they're talking about $45,000 per fight, $4,500 per fighter. It's a lot of money. Can they not find a system, in your opinion, where it's like, listen, we can make this a lot cheaper. These are the testing facilities that we require. These are the tests that need to be done. Just get it done.
There is many ways, you know, like it's up. I don't know how they're gonna do it. You know, there is many ways. And if you talk about this from my situation, I was ready to pay myself for me and for my opponent. You know, and I did it. I said it openly. You know, for me it's important. If I ever come back and fight again, and this is not done yet. If I ever come back, it's a mandatory. I do it for myself and for my opponent. You know, but I'll pay for it. I don't mind. I don't care. The other guys, if they don't want to be tested, it's fine for them. They can fight each other, I don't care. But for me, it's mandatory.
Bottom line, if you were to come back, you and your opponent must be tested.
Yeah, absolutely. Mandatory. It's mandatory. I love it, but when I fought Captain America, I look at the fight again. I shouldn't go back in straight line like this, and I got knocked out. I should have taken some angle, but it's too late. But what do you want to do next time?
What was it like when the choreographers were saying, do this and do that, and you're like, man, that's not how you fight?
No, but it is. It's not how you fight for it because in the camera you always telegraph everything. You do everything big. It's not in a real fight. You don't fight like this. But for camera it's different, and I really enjoyed the experience. It was a lot of fun, and the guy that, you know, all those stuntmen, they're really very athletic guys. So I learned a lot from them.
Any more movies that you're working on? They'll be coming out soon.
Yeah, there's a movie coming out. It's a remake of the movie with Jean-Claude Van Damme called Kickboxer. I'm working on it now. I'm having like acting class and things like this. So if I want to do something, I want to do it well. So I'll be in the new movie called Kickboxer, and Batista, the wrestler, is there, and Alain Moussi, the guy who played the lead role in Brick Mansion with Paul Walker, is there too. So it's gonna be fun.
You like acting?
I like it. I don't think I like it as much as fighting. Fighting is number one for me. I do it for fun. It's on the side. I don't have a huge role. It's perfect for the timing for me. It's a perfect fit.